Assalamu alaikum everyone. Now we are going to read Robert Louis Stevenson. Stevenson is basically a Scottish novelist, a poet, and a travel writer. And his major contribution is towards children literature. He was born in 1850 and died in 1894. Most of his works are translated into a number of different languages. He is considered to be among the most translated writers of the English literature. Although half of his original manuscripts are lost because his heirs couldn't actually take care of his original manuscripts, and most of them were lost, and they were not taken care of. Among his major works we have Treasure Island, Kidnapped, Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, The Bottle Imp, Travels with the Donkey. All of these are very famous in the children literature, and they have been adopted into a number of different sort of writings, and also we have seen a lot of their adaptations in movies also, and in cartoon characters. Next we have Thomas Carlyle, who was born in 1795 and died in 1881. He was basically a historian, a philosopher, mathematician, teacher, translator, satirist, and an essayist. Our major concern is with him being a writer, and for that matter being a satirist and an essayist. If we talk about his religious beliefs, initially he was a staunch Puritan, but later during his university days, when he was a student at University of Edinburgh, he lost his faith in any sort of religion. Initially he moved towards atheism, and then he had certain sort of religious beliefs which are not quite well defined. If we talk about his major contributions, he had a lot of contributions in all the fields that he had been working in, like as a historian, as a philosopher, and as a mathematician. And his major contribution in the field of mathematics is known as the Carlyle Cycle, which is used in the quadratic equations. We do not need to go very deep into it. All we need to know is that there is a Carlyle cycle named after Thomas Carlyle, and this cycle is used in quadratic equations and their solutions. He was anti-Jewish in his approach. He had quite great criticism upon Jews, and he didn't like them at all. However, he was also criticized because of his anti-Jewish stance and his anti-Jewish beliefs. He was publicly criticized and humiliated by Charles Dickens because of his aversion of the Jews. If we talk about his notable works, first of all we have Sartor Resartus, which is also known as the Tailor Patched Up. It is basically a philosophical novel, mixed up version of philosophy, romance, and comedy. And it is a commentary on the thoughts of German philosopher called Tigenes Duffelstrock, whatever the pronunciation is, because we are not Germans, we cannot pronounce it in its right way, but all we need to know is the title, the word. This particular word itself means God born devil dung, and this was a commentary upon, this work was a commentary upon his thoughts and his ways of life. In this work we find out an amalgamation of the facts and fiction, of seriousness and satire, humor, and then of speculative ideas, यानी जो खुद से speculations के through imaginative ideas हैं वो, और दूसरी तरफ फिर historical facts and figures उनको भी इसके अंदर incorporate किया गया है. If we talk about the main idea of this novel, it revolves around the man's body being the outward garment. कि body जो है वो एक गारमेंट के जैसा है, जबकि जो असल चीज़ है वो सोल है। हम लोग जो हैं, जो ह्यूमन बींग्स हैं, उनकी ट्रू बीइंग जो है वो उनकी सोल है, जबकि जो बॉडी हमें नज़र आ रही है वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक आउटवर्ड गारमेंट है। और इसी चीज़ को रिलेट किया जाता है विद द यूनिवर्स, दैट द यूनिवर्स इज़ बेसिकली अ विजिबल गारमेंट ऑफ द इनविजिबल गॉड। गॉड जो है वो रियल चीज़ है, वो बिल्कुल उस तरह जैसे हमारी सोल रियल है, और उसकी डिपिक्शन जो है, उसका जो एक आउटवर्ड व्यू है वो हमें मिलता है थ्रू द बॉडी। इसी तरह गॉड की जो डिपिक्शन है वो हमें यूनिवर्स के थ्रू होती है। Then we have another work that is entitled On Heroes and Hero Worship and the Heroic in History. It is basically a collection of 6 lectures जो कि कार्लाइल ने दिए थे about some prominent historical figures. और ये जो 6 लेक्चर्स हैं, इनको फिर जो है वो कलेक्टिवली पब्लिश किया गया अंडर दिस टाइटल ऑन हीरोज़ एंड हीरो वर्शिप एंड द हीरोइक इन द हिस्ट्री. It was basically published in 1841, and the lectures were Hero as Divinity, whose main focus was upon paganism and Scandinavian mythology. Then we had the Hero as Prophet, and its main focus was with Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Then we have the hero as poet, and the poets concerned in this lecture and in this essay are Dante and Shakespeare. Then we have the hero as priest, and among them we had Martin Luther and John Knox. The fifth one is hero as man of letters, और उसमें जो main concern है वो है जॉनसन, रूसो और बर्न्स पर. And then we have the hero as किंग, और उसमें मेन फोकस जो है वो क्रॉमवेल और नेपोलियन पर है. Among its other works we have Past and Present, the French Revolution, the Early Kings of Norway. That's it about him. I hope you could understand. We do not need to go very deep into it. हमें जो है वो मेन उसका जो राइटिंग्स है, मैं आपको फिर से रिपीट कर रही हूँ कि हमें सिर्फ और सिर्फ उनके टाइटल्स और ये सब कुछ इनफ है हमारे लिए. पब्लिकेशन डेट्स वगैरह, that is enough. We do not need to go very deep into it.